If you stand in line for something you love, it's lame. But if I stand in line for something I love, it's cool. Right? No. But people do think like this, and I've started calling it cringe hypocrisy. My video from last week about Dairy Boy on Nantucket blew up a little bit, and in that video, I specifically said that I wasn't judging the behaviors I was commenting on. In fact, I said we all do things like stand in line for things that we love and value. But then in the comments, people with different tastes couldn't help but jump in and voice their contempt, calling these Dairy Boy shoppers sad and lame and sheep and lemmings. And then there's my favorite comments, like this guy who claims he never stands in line for anything. And honestly, I'm interested to learn more about these people who have evidently never boarded a commercial flight to go travel to a place they want to visit, or stood in line to get into a concert that they really want to go to, or even waited outside in the cold with their friends in college to get into a club. But this isn't just about waiting in line. My definition of cringe hypocrisy is contempt or secondhand embarrassment for a behavior when others do it for something they value, even though you see it as perfectly reasonable when you do it for something you value. The guy who spends $4,000 on a Pokemon card that brings him immense joy, you might think he's ridiculous. But the girl who spends $4,000 on a Loewe bag she loves, you might think she's awesome. It depends on what you value, because every one of us will spend time, energy, and money on the things that we value, and that will seem strange to people who don't value those same things. No one is immune to mimetic desire, and everyone engages in status signaling, no matter what you say in a TikTok comment. Now look, expressing our dislikes is as natural for all of us as expressing our likes. But it seems like nowadays online, just expressing that you don't like something isn't enough. So in order to feel the superiority that you want to feel, you have to go further. But then you become a hypocrite. So let's all have a little bit more self-awareness, shall we?